Alright, this is the final sprint, video number 4. So we're going to be going over update and draw systems. Yeah, let's just jump into the UML diagram that was generated by Doxygen so you can get an overview of what's going on here. So we've got updatable, and it has update registration and deregistration commands that are inheriting from a command base, and updatable manager that has a storage list of updatables, and you can see all the functions here. And if we go over to drawable manager, virtually the same thing. Yeah, so that's the overview here. So let's go into the actual header file. So yeah, we have a storage list, a STL list of updatable, and then we're just going to be going through that. We have a storage list reference for quick delete, and that's how we are deregistering. Don't need that. So in the updatable attorney, yes, we have a friend class for, well, a client rather, for the update registration and deregistration commands, and then we have one for the manager, which just calls update. Alright. Process elements goes through the attorney, goes to the storage list, and updatable is actually checking the registration state with asserts, and properly going through this with a command pattern. So I set a breakpoint here in the destructor just to prove that this all works. And here we are. It's called, and we can continue. And there we go. The game is still running just fine. Alright. Yeah, so obviously this is preventing duplicate submit register, submit deregister, and so on commands being called here. Alright, so as you saw in the documentation, drawable is pretty much exactly the same thing, so let's just go through this real quick. Yeah, the only difference is that we actually have separate commands for 2D and 3D. Here we go. Alright, so yeah, we actually have 3 different commands here. So draw registration command, draw deregistration command, and draw registration 2D command. So we use a common deregistration for both of these commands. So I initially created a deregistration 2D, but we're not doing that. And as I explained in a previous video, I initially wanted to use an enum to control this rather than the command pattern that you see here, but that resulted in an ugly if statement, so I just added another command. Alright, so scene registration 2D is calling the scene attorney to register your orthographic camera, and let's see. So it should be in drawable manager where we're processing elements. So we draw the I'm keeping these commands in a storage list. So what we're doing is, I'm keeping the drawable in a storage list rather. So we have a 2D storage list and a 3D storage list, and this 3D storage list is drawn first, and then the 2D storage list is drawn second, so that any sprites contained within our orthographic camera are actually drawn on top of the 3D objects and not hidden by them. So let's just take a peek at the commands here. Yeah, pretty much what you would expect here. This one is actually never called. This is the deregistration 2D, and it was just calling the basic scene deregistration. So that was a bad example. Scene registration 2D. Yep. So that is pretty much it. We can go to the drawable here. Just make sure that that's called. Swapping scenes. Continue. Alright, no tricks up my sleeve. Get rid of that. Okay. And I think that about does it for update and draw.